So this video was supposed to come out 2 weeks ago as the 200 sub special, honestly maybe even 3. But I got so lazy with recording that I did nothing but make thumbnails. But now here we are, with 277 of you liking my videos. So let me real quick thank you all for all the support. Now if you're expecting Izuku to go through UA in this video, well, you just throw that shit out the window, okay? I changed the complete story, like there is no fucking UA in this shit. And huge thanks to Toby for making some amazing art for this video. And also voicing Aizawa. Or as I like to call him, Aizaza. Don't ask me why, I don't know why. And also huge thanks to Emmett for making the original thumbnail. So basically I was gonna use his thumbnail up until I made my own. And like, mine just looked a bit better. So yeah, I've linked both of them in the description. And once again, thank you all for the support. So anyways, this is the movie What If Deku Was Majin Buu's Reincarnation? If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. Also join me and Toby's Discord server in the description. Now with that said, sit back and enjoy. Okay, so I've been putting off this video for like 3 weeks now, and I'm not even done with the script, but let me just fucking start reading whatever the fuck I have. So we started the story off in the Dragon Ball universe, right before Buu is about to be defeated by Goku. And so Goku wished or something, I don't really remember how it goes, but it's something like a wish, or like he asked King Yama to reincarnate Buu so that they could fight once again with Buu being a good person. And so King Yama decides to grant Goku's wish and reincarnate Buu as a good person. He was going through the ritual to basically reincarnate Buu without the evilness inside of him when suddenly something goes wrong. Buu's soul just suddenly disappeared with only some minor changes being done to it. And so Buu's soul just suddenly appears into the My Hero Academia universe and enters a body of a baby, a newborn baby. And obviously that's Izuku. Now, when Buu enters Izuku's body, multiple things happen, but the most visible one, I guess you could say, is that his hair turns from a green color, like he has in the original, or like Izuku originally had, to a pink color. Now, you might be wondering, how the fuck does Izuku have pink hair if in the thumbnail, or like in the thumbnail art that Toby made, he has white hair? Now, just trust me and just like go through the video, you're gonna realize why that happens way later. After like a little bit, the nurses go to check on the babies, or in the room where Izuku is and like a lot of other babies are. They only find Izuku. Every single other baby just seem to have every other baby seem to magically have like disappeared. There is no fucking trace of them. Now let me tell you like what exactly happened, okay? So Izuku, like, he obviously is sitting there and Buu enters his body. Now the moment Buu enters his body, Izuku like changes completely, okay? He gets more of a like mad personality, like he becomes more like Buu but way more toned down, okay? And so the moment like a baby starts crying, Izuku just like transforms into like goo, like the goo form of Majin Buu, and just like eats all of them. He eats all of them and leaves the where they were like laying on there. Like he just ate all of them, which means like Izuku got like 20 times stronger. So he's like what, 20 times a baby strength. He's strong as fuck right now. Now, why the fuck would Izuku just get mad like that? Let me remind you that Majin Buu is basically evil personified, which means bro is evil as fuck, and like, even if you do tone it down, he's still gonna be evil as fuck. Okay, so let me tell you what the changes were to Majin Buu, or like Izuku maybe. First off, he's gonna be way tamer than Majin Buu, but still fucking like destructive and like crazy and shit, and evil obviously. Now secondly, he's gonna be way smarter since he's in the body of Izuku, and he's not Majin Buu anymore really. Thirdly, and I'm pretty sure this is like the most important thing that got changed for like Majin Buu, or like what the fuck am I saying? The third most important change of Majin Buu is that he's not like only destructive, I guess. He likes destruction. He likes like a lot of destruction, but that's way lessened now. And like basically King Yama like tried to make Majin Buu more like Goku in the sense of like he wants more strength. So this time Majin Buu will be more like tame, I guess you could say, and he will mostly want like strength. Izuku's childhood is diabolical, to say the least. And up until the age of 4, he seemed like a normal kid. But the day came where every kid in his class basically, or like the year came where every kid in his class were going to get their quirks. And Izuku finds out that he has no quirk. And everyone like starts like kind of pitying him and making fun of him, but like he's not bothered at all. But the moment he goes back to school and Bakugo starts like bullying him, he thinks inferior people should not be doing this, because he has a bit of a god complex, you could say. He knows that he has some kind of fucking power that like surpasses everyone. He knows it within his soul, okay? And so he doesn't want any disrespect from anyone who is lower in power than him. So like anyone who is weaker than him, like Bakugo or like everyone else. And because of that, Izuku decides to deal with Bakugo his own way. Exactly at midnight, Izuku sneaks out of his room, or like his house, to Bakugo's house. And he uses his quirk, or like his quote-unquote quirk, because that's like what he's going to call it, since he kind of found out he has that power like right after everyone was making fun of him, since he like didn't want to deal with him, okay? He didn't want to have him like mess with him like that. So his power kind of semi-awakened a little bit so that he can like activate it a little bit, and with like enough resistance he's able to like activate it currently, but not for that long, which means he'll have to like do quick movements or like short activations of the power. And so like Izuku goes right next to like Bakugo's, or like right in front of Bakugo's room, like on the window or like near the window, and just eats it up. No sound has like happened, so no one like wakes up or anything. Is like Bakugo is still sleeping, and so Izuku sneaks into Bakugo's room, and the next thing he does is eat him. Bro fucking absorbs Bakugo. Bakugo dies day 1, okay? Bakugo easy dead day 1, okay? And because Bakugo had the like potential wise good quirk, Izuku becomes way stronger. Now the next day, Mitsuki is trying to find Bakugo, cause like where the fuck could he go? But she doesn't find anything. She like tells the police to search for him. They search for him, but there's no fucking evidence that he left or like he even existed, really. I guess except the fucking birth certificate or something, I don't know. Yeah, they try to find him, but the only thing that they can come up with is that the same thing happened like with the hospital, with all the babies that disappeared. And obviously Bakugo wasn't in the fucking hospital, in that exact room at least, because if he was, he would have been dead before like this even happened. From that day onwards, kids have been disappearing about every 2 weeks, and most of the kids that were disappearing were the ones that tried like bullying Izuku for not having a quirk. Now that kept happening for like 3 or 4 times, and the moment like the 4th time happened, the kids weren't going to school. Their parents didn't allow them to go to school, because if they did, they would just fucking die. The police like continuously tries to find out who the fuck is like abducting those children, because they don't seem to be killed. There is nothing like suggesting that they would be killed. They are definitely being abducted, at least they think. And they get so fucking annoyed at like Izuku, like the one who's doing this basically, which is Izuku, but they don't know that it's Izuku, obviously. They get so fucking mad at him, so annoyed, because they can't fucking do shit, with obviously no results, no actual results. Now I'm gonna try making this like special like a little bit less scuffed than the last one, even though the last one was peak as fuck. This story, I've planned like probably like 30% of it, where I'm at like what 10-year-old Izuku or something, like scripting wise, but like I'm pretty sure I can like fucking off the dome this bitch, okay? I can freestyle it definitely if I come up with some good plot points, of which I did come up with some. like after what I've written already, so I should be fine. The story should turn out well. I'm pretty sure it should turn out like a 10 out of 10 straight up. Oh yeah, now obviously this was supposed to be the 200 sub special, but I procrastinated so much with like scripting and recording that I had to push it to 50 subs, which is stupid and dumb of me, but like I procrastinated, okay, shut up. Oh yeah, and huge thanks to Toby and Emmett for making the thumbnail and thumbnail art. I couldn't fucking do this thumbnail. Honestly, I could not do this well. I do not know how the fuck he did this shit, but he did it. So huge huge thanks to Toby, and huge thanks to Emmett for making the thumbnail. I have linked both of them in the description, so yeah, go check them out. Oh yeah, and this is how Izuku is gonna look like obviously like 10 to 15-year-old Izuku is gonna look like this. So how the fuck is he going to look like in the thumbnail? That's just like late stage Izuku. He's gonna turn that way, okay? He's gonna turn out that way. So yeah, he's gonna be like you know how Dragon Ball and My Hero Academia works, okay? He's like fucking strong, okay? I cannot make him weak. I physically fucking can't. Now let's get back to the story, okay? Obviously Izuku was the one who absorbed those kids to like shut them up forever, basically. And I don't remember how exactly Majin Buu's absorption works. Aren't they like supposed to stay in his stomach for like ever or something? Okay, let's just fucking change it so that bro like completely dissolves them into fucking DNA or something. So that like he gets stronger, infinitely better, question mark, I don't know. So basically they're dead, okay? What I'm trying to say, the kids are dead. They're not coming back, okay? They're not coming back. Even if like they someone not like somehow does the Gojira thing, like was it Gojira or Vegeta? I don't fucking know. Does the Gojira thing and just goes into Buu and takes him out. That's not gonna happen, okay? This is definitely not gonna happen. And because Izuku like absorbed those children, he's gotten like physically like different. He became different in like the ways of, what the fuck am I saying? He became taller, he became more muscular, and like his body like overall changed to like more of a compact like strength-ish like build, because he's getting way stronger way too fast. Which means his body has to adapt even more than it should have if Izuku wasn't like absorbing people left and right, okay? So yeah, like Izuku is a powerhouse by the age of 4 already, which is insane. Now obviously he's not like pro hero level, obviously, but like he's strong, okay? He's fucking strong. For like a 4-year-old, he's like fucking like strong. He can kill a 4-year-old with one punch, basically. What the fuck am I saying, dude? Let me just fucking continue the story. Now, you know that I said like that Izuku doesn't have a quirk and that he's like gonna say that his Majin Buu powers are his quirks. Izuku doesn't have a quirk, obviously, but he has something way more fucking special. Something that he got from his past life as Majin Buu. And that is ki, okay? He has ki now. So basically how it's gonna work, or how the fuck I'm gonna make it work, is that he's going to have 3 types of ki. And now I know 2 of them exist. I don't know about the third one. The first one is normal ki, or like good ki, you could say. And that he gained that from Izuku, obviously. He gained that from like going into Izuku's body. Now, why the fuck would Majin Buu, the like personification of fucking evil, have good ki? Now that's because he's in a fucking human body. He's not Majin Buu completely anymore, which yeah, okay? So the second type of ki is evil ki. So like everyone who is evil has like evil ki inside of them. I'm pretty sure that's fucking canon and shit. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that's canon. And the third type of ki that he's going to have, which is going to be like the majority of his ki, I guess, because he has like, would you say it's like fucking like a combination of everything, like a pull of everything together, or like 3 different pulls? Pools. Yeah, pools. What the fuck am I saying? let's say it's like 3 different pulls. So like the biggest pull of ki that he has is the Majin Buu ki, followed by evil ki, and then human ki, or like normal ki, or like good ki. I don't fucking know how. I'm gonna call it normal ki from now on, okay? Normal ki is the weakest one because Izuku, because he gained the shit from Izuku, and obviously Majin Buu is like controlling more of Izuku than his human side, basically, or like because Majin Buu entered the body of a human, there still is some fucking human ki inside of there, okay? And I'm not gonna judge you if you put this into X speed or something, okay? Now, I don't know if it was called like demonic ki or Majin ki. I'm gonna fucking call it Majin ki, so it's like more with the theme of Majin Buu, I guess. So yeah, this is fanfic, as you fucking know, okay? This is a fucking what if. Don't expect me to know everything about everything and then do it 100% justice, okay? Shut up and just fucking enjoy the movie. So what happened when like Izuku absorbed Bakugo, those babies, and those like what, 4 or 5 children that like were bullying him? In every single one of those cases, the only thing he got was ki. Like, he turns them into ki instead of gaining their powers, how like it's somewhat it should work. I don't fucking know how Majin Buu works exactly, okay? This is like straight up fan fiction, okay? I mean, kinda is, but like, I mean, I don't know how the fuck the power works, so it's my version of it. So how the fuck it's gonna work is, most of the time Izuku is going to be gaining ki, which means he's going to be getting stronger and stronger. But sometimes, and only sometimes, I don't know like what the fuck the trigger would be, but sometimes he's going to be able to get quirks as well as like gaining ki, which would make him way stronger, okay? And so all those times that he absorbed like children and shit bro, it's fucking funny, I don't know why. He did not get like their quirk, so he doesn't have explosion, he doesn't have what the fuck the quirk of the like children would be, so he only has gotten ki from them. And obviously the majority is Majin ki and evil ki, followed by human ki. So now Izuku, let me tell you how much stronger he has gotten, okay? By absorbing those like 6 children, including Bakugo, he has gotten 3 times stronger, okay? I don't want to make him too fucking overpowered, even though he was like 20 times the strength of a baby. That has followed him into 4-year-old Izuku, which means he's obviously fucking way fucking stronger than did I fucking say something about the power level? Because I say something and then I didn't fucking write it that way in the fucking script. Okay, let me... Ooh, I hate myself, bro. What the fuck? Okay, so Izuku is 3 times stronger than he was before he absorbed the kids in Bakugo, okay? That's basically what I wanted to say. I know I said I wanted this to be less scuffed, but when I script shit, it's just so fucking hard to remember things. And I know I have it right there on my fucking other monitor, but I just can't fucking read it. I don't know what's happening, dude. I hate scripting. I hate fucking scripts. I hate them. What the fuck, dude? Okay. So yeah, Izuku has gotten way stronger, and obviously, I for some reason right now on the script have written down that his powers have changed. Yeah, let's just fucking skip that shit. Izuku decided to stop absorbing kids, since they would eventually find out that was him, okay? There was no way that they wouldn't eventually find out that it was him, because he was going to be the last, like, one of the children there if he continued to fucking absorb them, okay? And so he decides to stop. So for the next 3 years, Izuku's life is like normal, I guess. Like, Izuku's 7 years old, and he hasn't been like a demon in a while, honestly. When suddenly one night he's walking from the grocery store or something with his mom, and he and her basically get robbed by a fucking villain, okay? His mom is fucking scared shitless with the villain like pushing her to like give her stuff like faster and faster. And like the moment the villain has like a metal quirk, okay, the metal blade quirk, he's about to like threaten her with like a knife so that she goes faster, even though she's fucking like speed running that shit, okay?
Izuku decides to like do the thing that he can do easily, just the motherfucker, just absorb him, okay? Because like he's a villain, he's a threat to him, he thinks he can do shit even though he can't, okay? And so Izuku just goes in front of his mom and just that motherfucker, he just absorbs him. And so his mom sees that and she's like traumatized a little bit. She's fucking scared, like what just happened? She asks Izuku, what did you do to him? Since Izuku was supposed to be literally quirkless, okay, he wasn't supposed to have any power to like do this. But Izuku keeps quiet up until they go back home. Now when they go back home, they arrive basically. Inko keeps pressuring Izuku to say the truth, and so he tells her that he doesn't really know why he can do it, but he can do it, so he just did it. When suddenly Inko realizes that Izuku was the person that made those 5 children disappear, and so she asks him why he like killed those 5 children, and he answers, well, because I wanted to. Inko is completely stunned by Izuku's answer, and she yells at him to go to his room, and when he leaves, she calls Izuku's dad and she explains everything to him. And when he gets home, he like sees Inko on the couch just crying her eyes out, goes, what the fuck was that cause, bro? What the fuck cause? Cause she just fucking realized that her child is a fucking murderer, okay? This is literally the fucking... Dude, if I get monetized, this shit getting like... get taken down, honestly, the fuck? This shit's so fucking funny, dude. So yeah, like, Izuku's dad comforts Inko, and she explains to him that Izuku was the one to kill those 5 children, and the villain that was like robbing them. And so Izuku's dad just goes up to Izuku's room. Obviously he knocks the door and he enters, and he starts talking to Izuku and asking him why he killed that robber or that villain. Izuku answers him, he was gonna hurt mom, and why the fuck would you care about the villain? It's not like he deserved to live anyways, he was too fucking weak. And so Izuku's dad tries to explain to Izuku that if he wants to become a hero, he has to stop killing. But Izuku understands that he doesn't even want to become a hero. Heroes are too fucking stupid. Izuku's dad obviously tries once again to tell him to like stop killing because it's not good. And after like a little while, Izuku agrees to not kill. A week later, Izuku is with his mom once again outside, like going on a walk or something, when a villain attack happens right in front of them. The villain has a quirk that allows him to shoot ice like bullets basically. This dude is literally there to cause as much fucking harm as possible, okay? So he doesn't care about anything but fucking violence. And so the villain starts like shooting around with this quirk, when like after a little while he is pointing his like gun with like fucking like mischievousness or something. He's fucking mentally insane, okay? He's pointing his like ice gun towards what the fuck? He points his ice gun towards Izuku and his mom. Izuku steps in front of his mom once again and takes the bullets, okay? He literally takes the bullets because he's not allowed to kill, obviously, right? When he takes the bullets, he realizes that he can just absorb them as well. Like, they like go through him, kind of semi go through him. They go like 50% through him, but his body like transforms into that slimy purple thing that Majin Buu is, and literally just it does damage him, but like he just regenerates back again. And he says, damn, I didn't know I could do that. The villain, confused, continues to shoot at Izuku with nothing happening, since Izuku just gets damaged and then regenerates back again. After like 20 seconds of the villain like shooting at Izuku with literally almost nothing happening, Izuku just starts walking towards him. And like after like 2 seconds, he's literally right in front of him without the villain even realizing that, him being focused on like shooting Izuku basically. And because Izuku literally cannot absorb him or like kill him in any way, he literally just like fucking punches the motherfucker. Winds up a punch, I wanted to say, what the fuck. Yeah, he punches the motherfucker. Bro gets knocked out, okay? He's knocked out from a 7-year-old. Yeah, 7-year-old. Now let's skip to 2 years later, where Izuku cannot hold back his thirst or like hunger for power any longer. He literally is going insane, okay? And so like he sneaks at night out of his house, obviously, and he starts absorbing people. And because he doesn't want to hurt or disappoint his parents even more than he already has, he decides to only absorb villains. And Lady Luck is on bro's side, okay? Because the villain that attacked him 2 years earlier, the villain that attacked Izuku and his mom 2 years earlier, just escaped from prison and he's out in the streets. Izuku, after some time, is able to find the villain in a dark alley. And bro literally became from a, I wanna hurt people motherfucker to a drug dealer, for real, for real. When the villain turns around and sees Izuku, he's fucking scared. And Izuku tells him, "So we meet again." The villain tries to escape immediately after realizing that it is Izuku, the fucking 7-year-old who destroyed him 2 years ago. Right before the villain escapes, Izuku catches up to him. But right before Izuku is able to absorb him, he uses some drugs with his ice quirk, transforming, or his whole body literally transforming into a giant ice yeti type of thing with huge fucking ice cannon, quirk powers, I guess. Izuku is a little bit scared of seeing that, but he's also excited. And so Izuku starts throwing hands with the villain only using his ice powers to attack Izuku. Oh, and if I didn't explain well enough, of which I didn't, okay, basically the villain transformed into a giant yeti with him getting giant amounts of strength, durability, and ice powers enhancements, I guess. But he has gotten way dumber, which means he can't really think straight. After a little while of Izuku entertaining, I guess, the villain, because he was a bit strong, I guess, he decides to just not stop playing. Basically, he walks up on what the fuck am I saying? He walks towards the villain. He absorbs him easily because he can just do that, okay? He just built different by now, okay? He absorbs him, and he realizes that when he absorbed him, he got a quirk. He got his quirk basically, for ice shard, ice gun or something. I don't fucking know how to call it. But also, because he gotten a quirk from the villain that he absorbed last time, of which I think it was the metal guy, yeah, the metal blade guy. He also has that quirk now. So he has a metal quirk and he has a ice quirk now. Basically what happened is, because the villain used the drugs, he kind of got a boost to a buff. I wanted to say buff. He got what the fuck? He got a fucking boost to his quirks, basically making them way stronger, because obviously the villain had the drugs as well. Okay, let me rephrase it real quick. Izuku has the metal quirk of the villain that he killed and his mom got traumatized from, and now he has the quirk of the ice villain that he just defeated, okay? And because the ice villain got the drugs, he used the drugs, they were in his body, and because Izuku absorbed the villain with the drugs, he still got the boost from the drugs. And because of those drugs, his quirks have gotten way stronger. Now, the ice quirk is basically the same, only that it enhanced his strength, durability, and his ice quirk overall, obviously, and his metal ability had become even sharper or even easier to use, and he can use it wherever he wants on his body, basically. Of which most quirks are fucking useless for most of the part, so don't even worry about them. And after that, obviously, Izuku goes home feeling way more refreshed and feeling overall way better. Now, a year later, Izuku has been going out for hunting days, hunting nights, I don't know what the fuck to call them, okay? So, he's been going to hunt down villains, because obviously he wants to, and he somewhat needs to, since his hunger has been like growing somewhat. And because of that, he has been getting like more quirks over time, obviously. Did I just say that quirks are useless here? Yes. Am I still gonna fucking list them? Yes. So I made him get a quirk named self-weight control, which basically means he can just control the weight of his body, just increasing it or decreasing it to like a third or like 3 times more his actual body weight. Then he has gotten an energy saver quirk, which means he can just like use his ki way more, and obviously he can sleep less, he can eat less, he can drink less, and he'll still be fine. Now those next two are like more offensive, I guess, but like one of them is obviously the cryokinesis that he got from the villain, and the second one is pyrokinesis, which means bro is literally Todoroki from Wish, but actually not really, okay? Since bro is way fucking stronger than Todoroki, okay? Now, he's also gotten a regeneration quirk, which means his regeneration has gotten umped way fucking more. Also, I've given him a strength, speed, and durability quirk, along with a transformation quirk, so that he can like transform, I guess better? I don't know how to explain it really. He can, you know how he can literally just like transform his body into slime and shit? He can do that way easier with way more preciseness, and he might just be able to transform into the people he has absorbed over time if he gets like way fucking better at the quirk. Now, all quirks that he could have like potentially absorbed from the villains have turned into ki. And because he has only been like absorbing villains, obviously, his evil ki is overpowering the other two types, with Majin ki coming second and normal ki coming third, I guess. And there is also an additional thing that has been happening to Izuku since like a week ago. So basically, he feels like an energy is growing inside of him, but like he can feel it, but he can't really use it or like do anything with it. So it's basically useless right now. It's like fucking nothingness, but something at the same time. And obviously it's different from the like 3 types of ki that he has inside of his body. Now the next day after school, Inko asks Izuku how his day was, and he tells her, shut the fuck up. And Inko is shocked and hurt by Izuku's behavior, and she suspects that something is happening to Izuku, because this is literally like the first time he acts this way. Now, the next day, Izuku is in school, and like 2 hours in, the teacher like tells Izuku to answer a question, okay? And the question is like fucking simple, okay? But because he is like takes a little bit of time, like the teacher like pushes him to answer the question, and he gets so fucking mad, like bro explodes, okay? He literally everyone, bro. He eats everyone. He eats fucking everyone except the desks and the fucking the chairs, okay? He fucking eats them, and like he realizes that what the fuck did I just do? Because he was not really in control of himself. His evil ki and Majin ki have been overpowering his normal ki so fucking much that his mental has become like fucking crazy by this point. And so he decides to jump off the fucking window and goes directly back to his home. Now, when Izuku arrives home, he tells Inko that school ended early because like a teacher was sick or something. And she obviously believes it, because like why would Izuku really lie? And so Izuku just like goes into his room and just locks himself in there, because he doesn't really want to talk to her right now since he just fucking ate 20 people. Now, the next day, Izuku wakes up and directly goes to the living room. And he sees Inko in the living room, obviously sitting down on the couch, watching the news. And they are talking about 20 people from Izuku's school that disappeared. I wonder who could have caused that. And he hears Inko crying, obviously, because she realized from like the moment that they said it was Izuku's class, basically, that Izuku did it. And before she notices Izuku, he like sprints down the hall to his room and just locks himself in there for like the moment. Now at night, he goes once again to hunt down villains and eat them up. He hunts down a like kid, it seems, like older than Izuku, since Izuku is like 11. He's like 16 probably, with an invisibility quirk. So Izuku is hunting down the kid, basically. It's kind of weird saying kid, since bro is fucking older than Izuku, but yeah, Izuku is hunting down the villain with an invisibility quirk, of which he's a fucking thief, obviously. He's still a villain if he is a thief, so he's a villain in everyone's eyes, okay? He's trying to like escape Izuku by going invisible and shit, but because Izuku has like key sense, and so like he can sense the key of others even though they are not able to use it, because like Majin Buu was able to like unlock the key of Izuku, like the human key of Izuku, so that the body could use it, or like the normal key, or like the good key, I don't know what the fuck to call it. Izuku is able to sense the villain even if he is invisible, and so he catches up to him. He picks him up from like the fucking neck. But right before Izuku was able to do anything, a hero appeared behind him, and somehow he wasn't able to detect him at all. The hero told Izuku,
"What are you doing here?"
"Shit. I was just trying to talk to him."
Do you really think I'm stupid enough to believe that?
Yes?
Are you messing with me right now?
Look, dude, can you stop asking questions and fight me already?
Fine.
Izuku goes for an attack on Aizawa, but right before Izuku's punch could land, Aizawa used the Erasure to deactivate Izuku's quirk. But because Izuku doesn't have a quirk, it seemed to have like done nothing, but like it actually kind of did. Now, the thing that Aizawa did deactivate was Izuku's normal key, but for like straight like 20 seconds he seems to be fine, but after those 20 seconds he starts like going berserk, because the only key that like exists on Izuku's body right now that actually works are the Majin key and the evil key, which means bro is like completely evil now. And obviously because some part of him got deactivated, he becomes weaker, but at the cost of his sanity. He starts acting completely randomly, somewhat like Kid Buu, you could say, where he's literally unpredictable. He literally starts jumping around and starts toying with Aizawa. He makes him think that he's going to attack when he's not really, like it's like a feint attack or something. And bro is like literally perfect at this, cause like he is able to like be so freaking close to him so that it literally feels that he's going to attack. It's like a fistful, like a fist-sized like distance, okay? But like then randomly like Izuku just pulls back his punches, and then like he sometimes actually lands the punches, and like Aizawa is fucking confused. Now Aizawa tries like analyzing Izuku's patterns, but there is no pattern really. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. And so Aizawa starts attacking randomly, because that's the only way he can think of that he could actually like damage Izuku or like actually hit him. And so Aizawa like tries continuously to attack Izuku, like punching him and also using his scarf, but Izuku just fucking dodges that shit. And the moment like Aizawa's scarf went to like Izuku's face, like it actually hit him, bro turned it into candy and then just fucking ate it. But after a little while, Aizawa realizes that like Izuku might be getting stronger, or like might have gotten stronger because he used his quirk. And so Aizawa decides to deactivate like Erasure, and like slowly but surely Izuku like keeps like getting steadier and shit. He like keeps calming down, you could say. And Aizawa thinks,
how could he have become stronger if I deactivated his quirk?
Now when Izuku like regains consciousness, he thinks, what just happened? And he looks back at Aizawa and asks him, what the fuck did you do to me? Now Aizawa tells him that he was only supposed to like deactivate his quirk, but for some reason he seemed to like go like into a berserk state. Now Izuku knows that he has no quirk, since he knows that he has those powers and the energy, but he doesn't know that he has 3 types of energy. He just knows that he has energy inside of him. Now I don't remember if I said this earlier or if I didn't, but like obviously as you like heard, Izuku has magic now because he's Majin Buu, okay? I don't remember if I said that he was like growing a energy pile of like magic inside of him, but if I didn't, then
yeah, he was growing an energy pile of magic. So yeah, it activated while he was like into a completely Majin Buu state, you could say. Or I guess a Kid Buu state. And right after that, Izuku just decides to leave because he doesn't want to go through that once again. So yeah, like Izuku goes home and he falls into bed and just falls asleep instantly. The next day, Izuku is watching the news when they mention a new villain. Or I guess, they would have said like Vigilante, but he's more like a villain than a Vigilante, or like an anti-hero than a Vigilante, I would say. And that villain or like Vigilante seems to only hunt down villains, but the thing is, they're not like given to the police or anything, or like restrained or anything. They just literally disappear. Every single one of the villains that had met the new villain or the Vigilante just suddenly disappeared, okay? Like they never existed type of disappeared. Yeah, okay, that's a bit of a stretch, but like you know what I mean. Bro literally left no traces. And obviously they're talking about Izuku. Now, Izuku is kinda hyped since he's becoming like famous, or I guess like infamous. But like he's still getting fame, so let's chill with him. And because of that, like Izuku starts becoming way more freaking confident about his like strength and shit, which means bro he's gonna be way fucking cockier from now on. Now, a year later, Izuku is once again hunting down villains, and he encounters Aizawa once again. When he sees Aizawa, he like gets a little bit of like PTSD moment, cause he does not want to go to that Berserk state like anymore, okay? He doesn't want to go there again, okay? And so he gives no freaking time to Aizawa to like attack or do anything really. And so he just fucking dashes towards him, and bro literally cannot fucking see him. Izuku is so freaking fast that he seems like he doesn't exist really. He is not really there. And so like yeah, Izuku just fucking dashes towards Aizawa full fucking speed and then just punches him straight in the face. Now because like Aizawa doesn't have like any durability quirk or like anything that could like help him withstand that shit, he is like punched to the face as I told you. And he like flies away to the fucking wall, okay? He hits a fucking wall and he's basically brain dead. Okay, he's basically freaking brain dead. There is no way he survives that. And because Izuku doesn't want to leave like a dead body basically here, he decides to absorb him. And finally, after like a lot of people that he's absorbed, he finally gets a new quirk. And that quirk is obviously Erasure. And because of the ice villain's like drug that he took, the trigger drug, his like Erasure quirk changed a little bit. I'm gonna tell you how it works like later, but like just like remember that it's a bit different than it's originally. It's stronger, but also has like a little bit of a downside to it. And obviously because Aizawa was like a hero and he was pretty freaking strong, okay, way stronger than a whole lot of the villains that Izuku had absorbed, his like key reserves like skyrocket, okay? They like go up so much because like why not? And the good thing is that his normal key increased like way fucking more than usual, because Aizawa is not a bad guy, okay? He's not gonna have that much of like evil key, or like he's not gonna have Majin key, obviously. He's not gonna have like that much evil key because he's not a fucking villain, okay? And because of that, Izuku's like normal key output or like pull has like increased way fucking like a whole fucking lot. And after he realized that he can get like way fucking stronger by just like absorbing both villains and heroes, because like some villains are gonna be weaker than like some heroes and vice versa, and like overall if he goes for like higher rank heroes, he's gonna have like better chances of like becoming stronger, since a lot of fucking villains are not like higher rank as fuck, okay? I don't know what the fuck I just said, okay? So basically heroes are gonna give him more than villains, key wise, or like make him stronger. And so he's going to be starting to like absorb heroes along with villains, but mostly villains with some heroes sprinkled in, since he doesn't wanna be like imprisoned and shit for or like be found out so easily, because he doesn't wanna, okay? Now, sometime later, like a month or two later, Izuku is hunting down a villain once again, when this time a huge hero finds him. And obviously, that's All Might. All Might is mad as fuck, okay? Izuku realizes that it's All Might, and he's fucking scared. He tries escaping, but with All Might being faster than him, he's not able to. And so Izuku just turns like around to like face All Might and continuously uses his ki to like blast All Might like 100 times over. But that does mostly nothing. And so Izuku decides to use like his new quirk, Erasure, to like remove All Might's like quirk, obviously. Now, that Izuku does that, All Might is significantly weaker now and he turns back to his Small Might form, and Izuku is finally able to escape All Might. But because All Might now knows how Izuku looks, Izuku is fucking scared. And so, because Izuku is like scared shitless right now, okay, he decides to leave the city because like All Might knows how he looks, okay, he's not safe, he's not safe. Now, what Izuku does is like he goes home, he just gets like some clothes or something, he just gets like some essential thingies and then he just straight leaves, okay? He leaves the fucking city at night, because there is no Aizawa to fucking catch him, because like Aizawa is mostly at night, and like All Might doesn't really go at night to hunt down villains, so he's pretty safe, he thinks. Now, Izuku leaves the city and he goes towards like a giant ass forest, okay? And that forest is completely fucking full with like quirked beasts, okay? Like, they are like OP as shit. Some normal heroes couldn't like defeat them. All Might, obviously he could, like the top 50 heroes definitely could. Top 100, maybe not, like 51 to 100, like probably 100 and like lower, probably not. And like Izuku stays there for like 2 years plus. And let me just remind you, that's like 12-year-old Izuku staying by himself in a forest full of fucking monsters, okay? Because like I would theoretically fucking put them as in the category of monsters by now. So yeah, like 2 years pass of Izuku living in the forest with like monsters, bro. Like he literally, he wasn't like in danger really because he was stronger than them, but they were good snacks for him, okay? He was able to like quench his thirst. I don't fucking know how to say that shit, bro. He was able to be full by eating like monsters, like beasts, and he like ate like 3 or like 2 to 3 per day, which means he got like what, 3 times 2 years, like that's like 6 years worth of monsters that he ate. And basically Izuku is like 40% the strength of All Might and like 70% the speed of All Might now. Like not Prime All Might, but like current All Might. Yeah, probably current All Might. He's like very close to current All Might, strength and speed. Now, I know I just like randomly like threw out the fucking key blasts, but that was, let's just say that was literally just instinct, and Izuku just didn't even know he could do that. But because of instinct and like obviously Kid Buu and Majin Buu, they have fucking instincts, okay? He was able to like adapt and just like suddenly just awaken that power or like learn it at the spot basically. And basically for over those 2 years that he's been away, his key control had mostly stayed the same, so like fucking dog shit, up until like 2-3 months ago where it's suddenly just skyrocketed, okay? Now, there is literally no reason for that to happen. I could have just said like that it gradually like increased, but I just want to say that, okay? It just sounds cooler and just like seems that like Izuku just built like that, okay? He just built like that. And because of that, he has started like actually making some techniques of his own, and like he has made 3 techniques, okay? One is obviously key flight, because he needs to fly, okay? He's gonna be way faster that way. Maybe. It's just gonna be way more convenient, okay? Now, the second thing that he has made is just a version of Kaioken,
but like way fucking shittier, okay? If Goku's Kaioken was bad, this is 4 times worse, because it uses 4 times the energy for like the same amount of boosts. So if he was to go like like Kaioken times 2, like the actual Kaioken or like this Kaioken, it would use 8 times the, or like, yeah, 8 times your normal energy usage or like ki usage. And Izuku's kind of mad at this shit because like how the fuck is he supposed to even fix this? And like he thinks he just has to use it to like critical moments, so like he's gonna die type moments. And the last thing, like the last like ability or like technique that he developed is like very similar to like Vegeta's Gallic Gun or like Goku's Kamehameha. And like it obviously comes out of the hands. You know, it's not like does Majin Buu have it from his like mouth? Because I know Broly has something similar, but no, it's like he directs it from his hands, and he decided to call it the All Might Buster, because this is supposed to be used against All Might, because he knows All Might wants to fucking fight him, okay? And yes, it's called the All Might Buster. I really like that name. Thanks, Toby, for the suggestion. Now, there has been a change from it, like Izuku has been changing like a little bit. And that's basically, he's been like looking like a human most of his life, or like all his life, up until like a month ago. So like a month ago, he like started like turning pink, okay? And what that means is basically his body is adapting to the ki, which means he can use 100% of his power, like the more pink he is, basically. So yeah, for now, the only like pink parts are like his back, quite like a bit of his back, and like a bit of his leg, basically. Of which he's noticed that, and he's like a bit weirded out, but he can transform into like pink goo. So why the fuck would he why would he be like confused or like weirded out by that? So yeah, this basically the render that I was supposed to use for the thumbnail, because I think it's probably gonna be like the one that I made for the video, because I just put out a poll for like what thumbnail I should use for the video, and like right now my thumbnail, the one that I made, is winning, so I'm probably gonna have to explain to y'all what the fuck it's gonna be like. Obviously I'm gonna put out a freaking or like I'm gonna show y'all the image that Toby made for me, obviously the image that was supposed to go on the thumbnail, okay? Now this is gonna be like 100% strength Izuku. So originally Izuku looks like that, like he looks normal with pink hair. But the more of like adaptive, or the more he adapts to his powers, the more pink he is, and his hair turns like white-ish gray, basically. Now, after those 2 years, Izuku thinks he's strong enough to be able to like go back to the city without being completely threatened by All Might. And so he goes back home, and like he enters his room via the like window, basically. And he literally sees All Might and Sir Night-Eye in his fucking room. Izuku says, "What are you doing in my room?"
Are you really asking this now? We're obviously here to arrest you, young Midoriya.
But how did you even know I would be here? It's been like almost 2 years since I've last been here. At the scene of the crime, we found a string of clues that were very elementary to follow. If you plan on going on a massive murder spree, at least cover your tracks better. Yeah, how would you even know that I was here at this point in time? I haven't come here in years. I got my ways of gathering my information, but I'm not exactly a combat type, that's why I brought some muscle.
If you don't want to make things worse for yourself, you will come with us peacefully.
Huh? You think I'm gonna listen to you just because you're a little angry? What, little boy? Angry that a couple of randos got in the way of my lethal attacks? Poor big baby. Womp womp. So, right after that, All Might gets fucking pissed, okay? He's literally going insane. How dare that monster make light of people's deaths? What? Did I hurt your feelings, All Might? I wouldn't expect it from the #1 hero.
But of course I would expect that from someone that protects All Might abruptly punches Izuku and he knocks him out of the building. After a little while of recovering, basically because Izuku can just do that since he has like high speed regeneration with the quirk that he absorbed. I'm pretty sure I give him a regeneration quirk, didn't I? Yeah, I gave him a regeneration quirk and that he has a regeneration ability by himself. So, yeah, he recovers like very fucking quickly, like in 2 seconds. Okay, now he stands up and looks at All Might and he thinks that All Might isn't as strong as he thought he was. Or maybe that Izuku is like actually way stronger than he thought he was, because he knew he was strong. Like he obviously knew he was strong, but he didn't like have a scaling on like how much weaker he was than All Might or like how much stronger he was. And like at this, like the punch that All Might like threw at Izuku was like 50% of his current strength. So yeah, if Izuku continues to get like attacked by All Might, he's going to fucking die, and he realizes that because he gets another punch to the face with 70% of the strength of All Might, and he realizes that this took like 10 seconds to fucking regenerate, which is stupid, and so he decides to run. Now, while Izuku is running, what the fuck is his name? Sir Nairai like helps Sir Nairai helps All Might like find how like Izuku is gonna be moving so that All Might can catch up to him, okay? Since Izuku is like what, 50% I think I said like the speed of All Might, and like with him like boosting himself with his quirks and like boosting himself with like a ki and shit, he's definitely like close to All Might's speed. Like current All Might speed. Like All Might being held by Sir Nairai continues for like straight 10 minutes where Izuku is barely like avoiding All Might, okay? He's literally barely avoiding him because he's like randomly just boosting his speed while conserving like ki, because he will need it for later, obviously. He doesn't like want to like waste ki, so he tries to use it as efficiently as possible. And suddenly Izuku like realizes he feels like somewhat weaker. Not that much weaker, but like something feels like it's gone from him. Something is like missing, but like he doesn't know what it is. So like he tries to not concern with himself with that, and like concerns himself with like escaping for now. Now Izuku is able to like escape with like Sir Nairai and Sir Nairai knowing where Izuku is for like 48 more hours, let's say, because I don't remember how his fucking quirk works, okay? I'm just gonna say he has 48 hours left to know where Izuku is, basically. And so after they lose Izuku, like every hero like that's in the top like 1,000 heroes of the world is like called, okay? Star and Stripe is called, top like 20 heroes of Japan, top 20 heroes of like America. Basically there are like 150 heroes called to like Japan, to like where the location of Izuku is, to fucking destroy him. And you might think that that's like a bit too much, but dude, he has the potential to be the strongest, and they have kind of fucking realized that. Now, Sir Nairai goes back to like Izuku's house and looks around basically to see if like something happened or like there's something wrong. And he sees two people like right under the house, like basically right in front of the house. And those two people are a Bakugo, like Katsuki Bakugo, and just a random villain. And like Sir Nairai just brings Bakugo to the police, where they realize that that's Katsuki Bakugo, and Mitsuki is called to like pick him up basically, because like what the fuck, he was like a missing kid for like however long, okay? Now yeah, like he's grown up as fuck, he's like 14 like Izuku is, and the villain is like 3 years older than he used to be. When like Bakugo goes home, he starts like screaming, like whispering things, and like continuously like scratches himself and starts drawing things right on the wall, on paper, on everything really. And like there are some like things that they could like find out. Like he was writing Majin Buu, evil, bad, like Majin. He was like writing those things. And
like they analyze it, like Sir Nairai helps like to analyze it with like a lot of detectives, and they realize that most likely Majin Buu is like Izuku Midoriya's actual name. That Izuku Midoriya isn't really Izuku Midoriya as they thought they knew, basically. Now, the villain like does the same exact thing as Bakugo, but obviously he's in prison because he is a villain. Obviously they put him there right after they healed him because he was like quite a bit injured since he got absorbed way later than Bakugo. So he had like way less time to regenerate and shit. Yeah, I don't know what I just said. Just scratch that. Yeah, the villain is just in prison, okay? And he does the same thing as Bakugo. That's the only thing you have to remember. So, 20 hours later, all the heroes that were supposed to be there arrive, including Sudden Stripe. And they go to where Izuku is. Now, the final battle, you could say, the battleground is gonna look very fucking similar to Dragon Ball, the Saiyan Saga, or like the Saiyan Saga, where it like was against Nappa, Raditz, and or like against Nappa and Vegeta. It's gonna look very similar to that. So like every hero goes there, and like All Might and Sudden Stripe are like the ones leading the operation, and like Sir Nairai tells them the location of Izuku, that he's hiding in a cave, basically like an open cave, like it's literally you can fucking see him if you pass like beside that cave, basically. Now Izuku like senses them. He does sense them because he has like ki sensing, and like everyone kind of has ki, even though they cannot really use it like Izuku did, and that's how Izuku right now has normal ki because of the body of Izuku. So Izuku, like instead of him of like them finding him, he goes towards them because he can sense their ki, and like the most prominent ki is obviously All Might and Sudden Stripe. Now he's like a little bit worried because they all like All Might's and Sudden Stripe's key signature is like very similar, but he can realize that like All Might is one of those two, so he's like a bit cautious of like the other key signature. So Izuku like goes to where the heroes are. He looks at them, they look at him, and he doesn't waste any time and starts like powering up. Now, what the fuck do I mean by powering up? Well, you know when I told you like that Izuku is gonna be slowly turning like purple to like be more fused with his ki, kind of, or like adapt to his ki? Well, he can just like do it semi on command. He has to just force it like Goku does when he transforms. It's very similar to that. So he straight like uses his ki, like transforming himself into his perfect version, or like his max version, and like he tells the heroes to do their best because he knows like that 99.9% of the time he is going to be the one who will win, so he's not fucking worried at all. So All Might like goes for like to like straight up throw hands with Izuku. They fight, and because Izuku has like powered up, he's like at the exact same strength as All Might, and because like Izuku is like smaller than All Might, he is able to be more like more agile. He's like 6'1" or like 184 and 185 centimeters, something like that. He's like 6'1", okay, while All Might is like 7 feet. So yeah, they throw hands. Izuku is like dominating a little bit like All Might, when like suddenly Sudden Stripe starts like boosting All Might because she knows his name, and so she says his name. She says like that he will get a boost, and suddenly All Might is 2 times the strength that he was originally. Now, like obviously because All Might just became 2 times stronger, he's overpowering Izuku, and because of that, he's forced to use like his shitty second best move ever, okay? The shitty Kaioken. And I don't know what the fuck to call it, okay? It's gonna be like the fake Kaioken. So he activates it. He activates it to 2 times multiplication so that he is the one winning again. And like he rushes this time. He rushes, but he still like continues to like overpower All Might. And like that's when suddenly like Sudden Stripe tells All Might to back down because she's gonna try something different that should probably work. Now, what Sudden Stripe does is say Izuku's name, Majin Buu, and say that his life force will slowly drain per second, basically. When Izuku hears that, he's fucking shocked and says, how can she fucking do that? Is she even stronger than All Might? And like he's like crashing out a little bit in his head, and he thinks he has to use it this time. He has to use it, and it is basically Erasure. Now he activates Erasure on Star and Stripe, and what this does, because it got amped and like lowered in this version of Erasure, it specifically targets the one of the three rules that she can set, basically, and instead of like completely erasing it like it probably should have, it decreases it to 20%. So instead of like dying in 1 day, he will die in like 8 days or something. I don't fucking know. Of which obviously the time limit for him to die would be way lower than a day. Obviously, it would be like 3 hours maximum. So Izuku has like bought himself like multiple hours of time left for him to live before he dies, and like if he does kill him, then he doesn't have to die, basically. And he thinks that's fucking scummy, and that they shouldn't have fucking done that. We're fighters, aren't we? We're not pussies. I get it. Fuck it. I like. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, okay? I'm kind of having fun right now. I'm like semi-improvising. I have like a bit of an idea of how the fuck this is gonna go. But this is semi-improvised, okay? So yeah, Izuku is slowly dying, obviously. And he thinks that he has to go all out, because if he doesn't, then they will like win and he will die. And so what Izuku does is he uses his transformed quirk and like his ability to transform, and makes himself like 10 to like not 10, like almost 50 times bigger or something. Star and Stripe looks up at Izuku like in a bit of fear, honestly, because she noticed that her quirk got like weakened. A part of her quirk got weakened, and she's fucking like scared and mortified, basically. And so she tells everyone that she's going to have to like do it by herself, because she can go massive, obviously. And so she does what she did in the anime against Shigaraki, where she makes a giant compressed air version of herself, basically a Susanoo, and starts like fighting Izuku. Because Izuku is like stronger than her, obviously, he starts like overpowering her. But that's when Endeavor and like the top 5 heroes of like Japan start helping her. Including like 13, with her like pushing like or like pulling Izuku backwards with like her black hole, and Izuku is like slowly like losing, when suddenly All Might just comes out of nowhere, punches the shit out of Izuku, and bro is like flies away and scatters into pieces. But because Izuku is Majin Buu and he's literally a fucking slime, he just like regenerates his like himself. And by regenerates himself is basically all the small pieces that scattered, basically. He literally regenerates and turns them into small version of himself, and just like flies and just connects himself back again. Now, when they see that, they're fucking scared, because he seems to like literally regenerate from everything. Like anything that they throw at him, he just regenerates. And Izuku has 2 more tricks up his sleeve, okay, 1.5, okay, because one of them he already used. He could use it once again, obviously. But the other one is the All Might Buster, which is an overpowered fucking move that he could pull, okay? And like Izuku tells them that if they continue to do such a shitty and like backhanded move and like scummy fucking move of killing him via draining his like life energy, he's gonna just kill them right on the spot. He has the power to. And honestly, they believe him, honestly, because he has been able to like regenerate from All Might punches, bro. He's been able to regenerate from everything they've been like throwing at him, even though he has been way weaker than he should have been, obviously, because his life force has been draining and he lost Bakugo and a random villain. So he's like, what, 10%, 20% weaker by now, and they're still fucking losing. So Izuku like asks them if they would want to like make a pact or something, or a contract. he tells them that they will allow him to eat villains, every villain that he wants to, as long as they're considered the villain. He's allowed to eat them because he needs to eat villains. Okay, he can eat like animals and shit, like absorb them to become stronger and obviously feed his hunger. But the problem is, they're not strong enough for him to like actually get any like actual good like hunger issues thingies. Like he can't fix his hunger with only animals. He would have to eat like 2 or 3 per day, and he doesn't wanna. And so he just tells them, just let me eat every like villain that I want, like at least once a week. Just allow me to eat a villain once a week, and we'll be fine. And like he tells them that he's not gonna do, like he's not gonna kill him because he doesn't want to kill them. He just wants to fight because he likes fighting, and he wants to absorb people, so he becomes like stronger. And they talk it over, obviously, like the like number one heroes and shit. They talk it over, and they come to the conclusion that if like the fight continues like it does, they're probably gonna lose and probably gonna get eaten, and then Izuku's just like just gonna be the strongest. Okay, and if for some fucking reason he gets all one for all, or like future sight even, but if he gets one for all, future sight, or Star and Stripes Quirk, what the fuck is it called, New Order, then he will have no fucking like boundaries. Okay, he will be literally him, he will be God. And so they decide to make a pact with him so that he doesn't like hurt anyone except villains. That the heroes have to classify those villains as actual villains, and that they should be bad enough for Izuku to like absorb them. Because if they're not bad enough, they're like just like a thug or something, Izuku is not allowed to, because they could turn good basically. And like they agree on that, they shake hands, they like have a written contract, and Izuku makes a second one via magic. Okay, and he tells them, if you didn't agree to the conditions or like the contract, you want to see what would have happened. And like they're confused a little bit, but also shocked and like scared. And he turns back to like a fucking giant mountain, and he uses the All Might Buster. One-handed All Might Buster, he could have done two-handed, which would have like taken like 1.5 times the energy, but would have been like 2 times stronger. But he decides to do one-handed, which is the basic. And so he does it, and the whole fucking mountain explodes. Even like a whole lot of the fucking behind of the mountain is completely destroyed. And honestly, I could have made Izuku stronger if I wanted to, but I love this fucking story, dude. I loved how it went. I came up with this shit like 4 months ago or something. No, like actually 2 to 3 months ago. But damn, the procrastination hit me hard, bro. I made so many fucking thumbnails though. I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I'm like this past 7 days I made 15 thumbnails, which is insane. And one of them was the Majin Buu one. Wait, let me check what thumbnail I'm gonna use for this video, because like if it's 50-50 in the poll right now, I'm just gonna choose the Majin Buu one that I made, because I feel like it's just more representative of like me and my channel and shit. Okay, so from what I see right now, it's a 50-50. So yeah, let's just fucking go with the Majin Buu one that I made. But huge thanks to Ahmed for making that one. It was a huge fucking inspo for this video as well. Huge thanks to Toby. Fuck yeah, I love this dude. Thanks to, I really want to thank him for voice acting and actually helping with like the dialogue, because I'm kind of sometimes bad with dialogue. And I'm bad with fucking like making the dialogue like actually sound good. So yeah, thanks a lot to him. Thank you all. Thank all of you for 274 subscribers. I really like the procrastination hit me hard, huh? It was originally supposed to be the 200 sub special, but then I pushed it back to 250, and now we're at 275 almost. What the fuck? So yeah, probably the next special is gonna be like the 500 sub special, since we're basically more than halfway there. And I'm pretty sure this is a fucking fire-ass like thumbnail and video. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, just consider leaving a like, commenting shit, whatever you want. I don't really give a fuck. If you want to give me like what if ideas, or me and Toby honestly, just go to the description and click the first link. It's basically mine and Toby's Discord server, where basically it's our communities. Y'all can give us like what if ideas. We can chat and shit. Like I am a very chill person, okay? You don't have to worry, okay? I'm not gonna bite. But yeah, obviously, thanks a lot for the 274 actually subscribers. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And let me just say something before I go, before like the video ends. So after Izuku like does the contract, he gets, after a year, he gets like quite a bit stronger. But finally, after a little while, he finds like that they allowed him to absorb 2 people in particular, okay? And those 2 are All For One and Overhaul, okay? Because they are fucking bad villains, okay? They're atrociously bad, especially Overhaul, honestly. And so they allow Izuku to go and eat them. He goes and eats them easily. Like All For One ain't doing shit, and Overhaul, he can't fucking touch the dude. He's like light speed plus. What the fuck? As I said, like Izuku is All Might speed minimum, and like now that he's at his like transform state, he's like 3 times stronger than he was like before that, because he like combined all his like power into himself, and now he's like completely adapted with the power, which means he controls 100% of it. So yeah, does Izuku get Overhaul or All For One? I would say one of them he should get, and that should probably be Overhaul, because like it should like be way not more effective. It should be way more of like a balancer, because if he gets All For One, he can just get every quirk that he wants, okay? Because he can just like copy it and then absorb them for the key, basically. So yeah, once again, thanks for staying till the end. If you did, I really fucking love you, dude. I really hope you saw a lot of you did, bro. It's one of my favorite movies that I made. Probably either like my favorite or the second favorite, but like the lightning metal one. I fucking love making that one as well. But yeah, thanks for 250 subscribers, 274 actually. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Just out.